and should be stepping up. The work you're doing, and especially the work you're going to be doing over the coming years, is going to be unbelievably important as you build not just homes for Canadians, but homes that you're going to be able to see yourselves living in as well. That's an important part of this, that it's not just about building homes and great buildings and apartments to rent. It's about making sure that nurses, construction workers, teachers who work in a given city can also live in that given city. And that's something we're all gathered here today. I'm really excited about this announcement today because Canadians need homes they can afford. This is one of the most urgent issues that people are facing. Think about the couple who just had their first kid and don't know if they can afford to upgrade from their one-bedroom condo, or the student who can pay tuition but can't afford the rent near campus, or someone who can simply no longer afford housing in their community at all. It used to be that the deal was if you worked hard at a good job, you could afford a home. That doesn't seem the case anymore. Younger generations are worried that they won't have a life that looks like how they grew up, like what their parents and grandparents had. Well, that's not fair. So we've been stepping up, putting in the work, talking to Canadians, talking to housing experts, talking to builders, so that we could bring the right solutions that meet the moment. So today, we are releasing the most comprehensive and ambitious housing plan ever seen in Canada. It builds on the sizable investments we've made over the years, and it goes a lot further. It's a plan to build housing, including for renters, on a scale not seen in generations. We're talking about almost 3.9 million homes by 2031. It's a plan that, at its heart, is a commitment to affordability. Our goal is that no Canadian pays more than 30% of their income towards their home. It's also a plan to make sure that we don't leave the most vulnerable behind, that we keep building housing for people with low incomes, and that we take action to address homelessness so people never have to resort to living in a tent. And it's a Team Canada approach that provides incentives for provinces, territories, builders, and nonprofits to come on board. The math is simple. If we can increase housing supply, we can bring down prices. And we're going to need the know-how, abilities, and determination of workers like the ones here behind me today. I want to give another shout-out to the members of the Carpenters Union. Jason, thank you for your leadership specifically. A lot of union workers are going to be part getting this done. You're going to be very, very busy. The construction industry will need reinforcements to get all this work done. So as part of our plan, we're going to be increasing support for workers in the skilled trades, creating apprenticeship opportunities for the next generation of workers, creating opportunities for young people, and investments to cut red tape for those with foreign credentials. Dans le cadre de notre plan, on va soutenir les travailleurs de la construction pour développer notre main-d'œuvre et bâtir le... So we rolled up our sleeves and we got to work. No ideas were off the table. No stone was left unturned. I'll let Minister Fraser talk through the details, but this is a comprehensive and detailed plan. Sean, you and your team have been incredibly thorough in how you've brought this together. This isn't simple slogans. It's not some YouTube video filled with half-baked ideas and inaccuracies. This is a serious plan, built after consultation with Canadians, with experts, with builders. It's a plan that's actually going to make a difference in the lives of Canadians. But it will also require provinces and territories to step up and meet the level of ambition that Canadians expect them to. No one order of government can do this on their own. We all have our own levers and our own responsibilities, and Canadians need each and every one of us to step up. Dans le plan qu'on annonce aujourd'hui, logement, ça permet aux gens de commencer leur vie et de réussir. It's not right that housing prices have made cities and a lot of other places out of reach for young people, including millennials and Gen Z. Young people deserve the same freedoms, choices, and opportunities that their parents and grandparents had. We need to make sure we're building a future that is fair for every generation. Today's housing plan is about the next steps we're taking to do just that. And now, before I turn it over to the Deputy Prime Minister, I'm highlighting that right now, as we speak, the Parliament of Canada is working hard under our government to pass legislation that is about workers, and it's about supporting the kinds of good, clean jobs that the future is going to bring. And because it is focused on supporting workers and building a stronger, greener future, of course, the Conservatives are doing everything they can to block it. So we are stuck in an all-day vote right now. They had amendments that they even generated possibly by AI to try and slow us down. But we're going to continue to vote and stand up for workers and stand up for the brighter future people have. So you're going to see us voting throughout the morning on our electronic voting apps, and we'll do that before I introduce the Deputy Prime Minister. Merci. Yep, sure.
Thanks, Prime Minister.
That's right.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Prime Minister. Thanks everyone for being here. Francesco, buongiorno. Mi fa piacere d'essere qua a Vaughan. It is wonderful to be here today in Vaughan with the Prime Minister, with Sean, with so many of our caucus and cabinet colleagues. It's especially a privilege for me, I think for all of us, to be here with the students, the soon-to-be apprentices at the College of Carpenters and Allied Trades. And I have to say, those conversations we had just a minute ago were really inspiring, really moving for me. I talked to one young soon-to-be apprentice called Jordan, and he said he's really excited that one day he is going to be building the schools and the hospitals that his neighbors, his family use, and how proud that makes him. Isn't that a great sentiment? And it is so true. Another student said to me, I asked, how do you guys feel? And I use guys in an inclusive sense. How do you feel about getting a job when you're finished here? And they'll be done in 5 weeks, and then they will be a first-year apprentice. And one student said, I feel really good about it. Canada is a growing country. And if you are a skilled tradesperson, if you are a carpenter, you're going to have a good job. That is so true. And it works the other way too. As a growing country, we need our skilled tradespeople. We need our carpenters. We are literally counting on you to build our growing country. And I just want to say thank you so much. I am inspired by every single carpenter, every single apprentice, every single student here, and we all should be, and I think we owe them our because we are living in a pivotal moment for millennials and Gen Z. These young Canadians have so much talent and so much potential. But today, too many young Canadians feel as if the deck is stacked against them. They can get a good job, they can work hard, but far too often, the reward of a secure, prosperous, comfortable middle-class life is out of reach. That is not okay. We need the hard work of young Canadians to be rewarded. And that's why we are acting now with purpose to build a Canada that works for younger Canadians, a Canada where they can get ahead and where they know that their hard work will pay off. Nous allons accélérer rapidement la construction de nouveaux logements. And we all know this is especially true for younger Canadians. Faced with a shortage of housing options and rent which is just too high and home prices which feel out of reach, too many younger Canadians feel that that dream of getting your first set of keys, of owning your own house, is just that, a dream. Our government is changing that. Today, we are announcing real, tangible, carefully thought through measures that are going to help more younger Canadians get those first keys of their own. We are using every single tool in our toolbox to deliver housing without delay, because we need to make the dream of home ownership a reality for younger Canadians. And in the budget I'll be tabling on Tuesday, we will reveal more of our plan to ensure fairness for every generation. Notre gouvernement est en fond the door to the middle class for millions of younger Canadians. In everything we do, we dedicate ourselves to making sure a better life is within reach for our younger generations. Because that is what you deserve. That is what you have earned. And that's what your parents and your grandparents want for you too. Thank you very much, and I'll pass it over now to Sean.
It's the weirdest intervention.